Yeah. They mad, they hate, and irritated. Wow. Close your mouth, you can't save it without a doubt. Yeah. You won't claim it, you is a slouch. Live in your mom's basement. They mad, they hate, and irritated. Yeah. Stop complaining, stop back chasing. Can't wait for it, you gotta take it. If you don't, you won't make it.
Lifeline Presents bring to you GOAT Metrics number 27. Really should be number 26. I did a little drive-by on the way up top. But anyway, we got Benny Blanco in the building. What's up, Benny?
What's going on, Mike?
We got Seven Sign. Seven Sign missed a couple of episodes, baby, because you wasn't here.
What's good? I missed one episode, man.
One episode. And a half. I'm going to get into how y'all been. I seen Ben. I went to New York to send a shout out to Southside for showing up for Dre. They did for Dre Most, they had a street ceremony for him, naming a street out there, and that was good. The love was in the building, man. It was the best trip I had visiting New York in years. Because the love was genuine. People came out to show love. I seen a lot of different faces I ain't seen in a while. I even had an opportunity to go to the me and Ben went to a bar real quick for about an hour or so, you know.
No.
We linked up, had a few beers, a few laughs. And then
no doubt. That was cool, man. Appreciate you coming through, man.
Oh, no doubt, man.
I was tired, but you said you were gonna come through. I said, fuck it. I went upstairs, steamed the shirt, and I'm on my way, done.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Hey, Seb, man, I'll stop. I had a road trip. So I went to Maryland first.
Okay.
And I was Smitty, his wife. Then I went to New Jersey, hung out with Hussein. Hussein hung out with me in New York. So we went to New York and hung out. Went to a little juice bar in Harlem. Went to a little juice bar. We had a little fun. Went to a couple of places, man. Went to
you did a lot.
Yeah, shout out to Pure. Yeah, that was Friday. Then Saturday we did the street ceremony, the park cookout situation, and then we went to the club, a lounge, Pure Lounge in Jamaica. So that was Dame Jeter spot or whatever. So that was pretty cool. So we had a good time, man. We had a good time.
Okay.
Steph, how you been?
Man, I just been putting my life on the line. You know, my daughter's driving and shit. So, you know, every day I'm out there like I'm still a soldier, baby. I'm on the front lines out here, man.
You said you put your life on the line. I was like, shit, you was out in Cali or something?
Oh, nah. Just out here driving with a teenager, baby. You already know.
Yeah,
I already know.
Texting and driving while I'm in the car. I'm like, yo, yeah.
It's rough. I think my daughter gave me my first, pushes of the gray hair.
Really?
When her driving, yeah, because she was getting scared every time a car come the other way. And I'm like, yo,
yes,
slow it down.
and you know that they don't know they're driving. There's other cars on the road.
So I'm like, yo, what are you doing? But we're gonna get right into it, man. We're gonna get right into it. We're gonna get right into the OKC. So game 2, because both y'all dudes had Benny said a sweep.
Okay, that's right.
Benny said a gentleman sweep. You know what I mean? He said gentleman sweep, and you said a gentleman sweep. So right now, OKC, last game, game 2, which was last night, 123-107 Indiana. Now, how y'all feel about the game and why you feel like OKC came out on top? Whoever go first.
I'll take this one. I felt like for the most part, OKC, they're one of those teams that they know they're great, but they don't always show that they're great. And I think every now and again, they have to show you why we were the best team in the league. You know what I'm saying? We seen the same thing happen to them last series. Oh, no, it was actually the series before with Denver. Like, we weren't sure, but OKC, they come out and they have this lethargic play. You know what I'm saying? And then the media gets a part of them. They get beat down and they come back and they win by 20 points just to show you, like, yeah, we are that good of a team. Honestly, I think that they were going to win anyway. I don't think they had to make any type of real adjustments. I just think that they had to play up to the level of skill that they have. And I don't think they did that in game one. And that's my personal opinion. Like watching that game, they just didn't play. It didn't look like the same OKC. So we'll see what they do going forward. If they're going to have that high intensity or if they're going to come out with that lethargic, we're the better team, so we're going to win. Because that's not going to work against Indiana.
All right, B, what you feel? How you feel?
I didn't really watch the first game, but I did watch last night's game. And what I got out of it is that dude is coaching. Dude is coaching and he's using players and he's trying players. And I think he did that all year round. So he plug them in now and these guys could come in and perform because this guy Wiggins, like, you don't hear too much of him, but I think when we played him, when the Knicks played him, he had another one of those games where he was just hitting threes from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the coach for, plugging in players in for different situations. But what I saw, they got a whole bunch of role players and they all know their role when they play hard. And you can get a lot of different things from different guys. That's what I saw.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with both of y'all. The only thing that I seen more than anything was that Indiana didn't have anyone step up. Nobody had over 20 points. Like nobody separate themselves from the pack. Like I'm gonna put my imprint on this game.
Right.
And that was the difference to me because they still had about 5 or 6. Maybe even 7 guys in double figures.
Yeah.
They just didn't have no guy that had a big game. And it almost what you said, Ben, when you talked about shutting down Siakam.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
You said that with me. You had the interview and we talked about it. And that's what they wound up doing. Siakam shot bad. And Haliburton, we're going to get to that. But Siakam shot bad. But let me ask y'all guys this. Did OKC regain control of the series? Ben, you go first. Do you think they regained control of the series? Like now the series is theirs.
I mean, that's the way you want to think about it. But I don't think Indiana is done, to tell you the truth. I don't think they're done. They're gonna bring some ruckus and some pain going back to Indy. But I mean, OKC is very capable of taking a game over there. So this next game is going to be real good.
I agree. What you think, Sab?
Honestly, I don't think they never had control. You look at that first game; it was a close game. I think it was a 1-point game.
Right.
It was a close game. Then you look at the second game; it wasn't very close. I think that they have control. I think that, again, that first game, the way they came out, I thought they came out very lethargic or the attitude like, we're the best, we're going to just destroy them. They underestimated Indiana and they let them sneak in a win. I don't foresee Indiana winning this series. I don't think it's going to go to 7 games. Of course, I said 5. So I'm still sticking with that, but I think Indiana might pull out another. I think they might win 1 at home, and that'll be it. So it might go 6 games, but I think they're well in control. I think they've always been in control, So we'll see, though.
Okay.
But yeah, getting back to the Siakam thing, I feel like this. If you shut down Siakam, right, double team him, whatever, you're going to put Haliburton in a position that he don't want to be in, meaning he has to drop a lot of points. He has to drop because the ball is going to come back his way. Now, he's more of I could see his game, and he's more of a point guard mentality type of player. So putting up a lot of baskets might not be what they want to do. I don't know if they're going to win that way.
Well, I would go so far as to say I would prefer them if they're going to double team, which I don't think they need to because they have like such great defenders. I would be more inclined to double team Haliburton opposed to Siakam. because they have big bodies in the middle. Like we already know, OKC is a big team. Haliburton he's distributing the ball. You don't want him to have 12, 13 assists along with 15, 16 points. So I say take the ball out of his hand. I think that one-on-one Siakam is guardable. I do believe that with the big bodies that they have in there, even not so much physically, but as far as getting block shots, like they got a lot of long guys, So I would say Siakam isn't the biggest threat to them right now.
Yeah, see, it's funny because I was thinking like you said, right? Like get the ball out of Haliburton's hand, make the game slow down, make other have to do some things. And then when I seen game 2, I'm like, damn, Benny called that one. He called that one. So almost like they got to do what both of y'all say. Got to slow up Haliburton.
Wishful thinking.
And try to shut down, like they gotta do both of those. They gotta slow down Haliburton that he don't get a rhythm, and he ain't diddy bopping and giving the ball to people and doing all that. Because once he step, once you give him freedom, and that's what killed us in the Knicks series. I hate to be the Knicks, but that's what killed them in that series. Because when you let Haliburton just move around freely, he kills you. And then
Siakam, what's funny? No, go ahead. Finish up.
If you let Siakam get going, he'll kill you. So you got to slow up both of them guys. What you say, Sam?
Now, what's crazy is the one thing you said at the beginning of this. You said that you didn't see Indiana have that's like, I'm a star. I'm going to come out and I'm going to be. And if you remember when the series started with the Knicks in Indiana, that was my big thing against Indiana. And they proved me wrong. Remember, I was like, we have that guy that can come out and say, I'm going to drop 40. I'm a star. I was like, Indiana doesn't have that. But somehow, in some way, and I attribute it to both Siakam and Haliburton. That finals MVP could have went either way. But I agree with you that they don't have one guy that can be like, what? If y'all play like crap, I'm going to come out and drop 40 and 15. They just don't. I don't foresee that happening. But OKC, on the other hand, they got about 2 or 3 guys that can do that.
And the thing about it is, none of us was wrong. Like the sad thing about that Knicks series, none of us was wrong. I still feel like we had the better players. They had the better team.
Right.
So I still feel like we had the best 2 players. And our second player in Towns averaged just as much as Siakam. He had a better stat line than Siakam. So we had the 2 better stat line guys.
Right.
But we still lost because after Bridges, our roster took a tumble.
That's right.
So that's why. Hold on, I got one more for that one. Oh no.
Or was it the coaching? What was it? Was it the coaching?
Oh, with that one, with the Knicks series. Yeah. But let's not get on the Knicks right now. We'll let the end with that. We're gonna stay on this finals. So if you're ready to get up the finals, we're gonna talk about a coach, but we're gonna talk about Jason Kidd. Because this one, it's like it's real complex. So Benny he wanted Mark Jackson. That's this guy.
Right.
So now I'm gonna go to Seb real quick because we kind of talked about the coaching a little bit. I don't think I talked to you, Seb, since Thibodeau been fired.
No.
Okay. So I'm gonna let you go into what you think about Thibodeau being fired and now what the Knicks is trying to do to get Jason Kidd. So talk about Thibodeau first and then what the Knicks is trying to do to get Jason Kidd.
All right. Well, as far as Thibodeau, I think we kind of seen the writing on the wall before the series even started. We've been talking about the coaching and I think that he lost the locker room. I think he lost the players. They bought into his system because, like you always said, you told me that for years. In order for a system to work, the players have to buy into it. The reason that San Antonio was successful is because Tim Duncan bought into the system, because he could have been a 35 and 15 player, but he bought into the system. And I think that the players don't that system anymore because we bought into your system and here we are. You know, we didn't make the finals. You didn't make the right adjustments. You didn't do this, but we bought into your system. Then, you know, with this throughout the season, you playing players too much. And then it became apparent. Like we debated about that, but now it's obvious. Look at it and you like, why just playing 40 something minutes while Indiana got guys coming off the bench giving you 10 points and they only playing 12 minutes, you know? So it's like, what do we do? What are you doing as a coach? And I really feel if he wanted to save his job, he would have hired a really good offensive-minded assistant coach. You know, somebody to pull your coat like, hey, like this works. I seen this guy in practice. He can do this. Like, let's play a different way.
Right.
I think it was time. You know, Thibodeau's been there for what, 8 years, 7, 8 years now with the Knicks?
Something like that, yeah.
So yeah, it's time to move on and see what we can do. Now, as far as Jason Kidd goes, I'm liking our chances. I'm looking at what went down in Dallas. I'm looking at the fact that he didn't know his best player was being traded. Like you seen him on that podium, that was genuine shock and disappointment. Like that wasn't one of those things where it was like, oh, he didn't know either. Ha ha ha. No, it was like, yeah, that's fucked up. I'm sorry. But I think we got a good chance on what's going on in Dallas. You take his best player away, you don't tell him, then you have two of the most accident-prone or injury-prone players in the league. And this is going to be difficult for Jason Kidd because he's one of those old school, grind hard type of players. And we know what Kyrie, as great as he is, you know, if he gets a splinter, he's gone for 12 games.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that we have a good chance with getting Jason Kidd. And for the record, I love Mark Jackson. But I don't think that where he is mentally and spiritually, New York is the right place for him. I don't think that that's going to work. Not New York. Not as hard as the media is and nothing. We all know he's been blackballed. So, you know, it'll be really difficult. But I love Mark Jackson. But I think Jason Kidd, that would be awesome. I would love to see that.
Hold on, Ben. Before you answer, I mean, because you kind of went into it a little bit, Seb. I was a little shocked about the Mark Jackson. But I'm going to say Mark Jackson from Queens. He lived in Brooklyn. Like, he a New Yorker.
Yeah.
You feel like he went to St. John's.
Yeah.
You feel, and he played for the Knicks, bro. I mean, why do you feel like?
But if you notice what I said where Mark Jackson is right now, mentally and spiritually, New York is not the place for him. I mean, he got kicked out for saying prayers in practice. What do you think the New York media is going to do to this guy?
Yo,
you're not going. Let me ask you.
Hold on, B. Let me jump on this. We're not gonna do this, Sam. I love it when you on because you hit me with the "we not gonna do this" moment. But check this out. All I'm saying is you ain't even gotta respond to none of this.
I will though.
But I'm laughing because when you said about Thibodeau, and you was like, "Yo, Thibodeau, he's stubborn." You know, even in real life, he's stubborn. You know, when I gotta listen to it, I'm like, yo, where did Sam see this guy at when he was acting like that? Like, what was they, roommates or something? Like,
well, I go off of what I read about people in interviews that I watch. Now, we all know, all jokes aside, Mark Jackson has been blackballed. We know that. But then you ask yourself, why? Then you read some of the things that the players said about him. Like he made us have prayer before games. He made us do this. Like we all know he's a real big religious guy. He's a real big Christian. So that type of mentality, and you've already been blackballed for that because you said certain things to owners and GMs and stuff like that. Everybody doesn't take that well. Like people trying to win basketball games and make billions of dollars. Like Jesus ain't got no room in here. We can't have Jesus and a title. Like you got to pick one or the other. So
Right.
that's why Mark Jackson doesn't have a job right now. Because as good as he is, when is the last time he worked?
Right.
Let Ben
Right.
take it.
Because again, he's blackballed. So nobody's going to give him that opportunity. But listen, I feel like if they put all this shit aside and that's what it is with Mark with the religion stuff, right? That's what it is. That's what it all
That
came
was
down
real
to.
big about that.
Listen,
Yeah.
I feel like everything has a time and a place for.
Facts.
And I'm just trying to put myself as a player, and I'm coaching, and he's with the prayer stuff or whatever, and it's like he needs to tone it down and realize, not everybody's on that.
Right. Facts.
Yeah.
But as far as I think he'll be great as a motivator. A lot of people don't talk about coaches motivating players no more, but that's what he is, and that's what he will bring. He will motivate the guys. He was a player himself, and listen, nobody ran an offense like Mark Jackson. The guy couldn't jump, he was slow, but give him a playbook and he'll run every damn play on that playbook.
All right.
That's a fact.
What I'm saying? So,
That's a fact.
Ben,
but
now,
I think that's a long shot. I'm okay with J Kidd. It's picking up a lot. It's picking
that's what I
right
wanna
like
hear.
today. All I keep hearing is J Kidd, J Kidd, J Kidd. I'm okay with J Kidd because I felt like J Kidd was a coach playing.
Facts.
Okay. All right. Now with the Jason Kidd, my man G, we was talking today on the phone, and he brought up the Jason Kidd joint, right? And I sent y'all a text when I was in New York. I sent y'all a text when I seen Jason Kidd name. I sent y'all a group text, like
Right.
But he said he was watching something or listening to something. He said that Giannis requested Jason Kidd. So how true that is. But if that's happened, I'm all for Kidd coming. I mean, because I wouldn't mind it, but I'm thinking like, can we really get him realistically? But if Giannis is coming with him, then I'm all for it. I'm all for it because we got to remember he coached Brunson. They kept Luka, got rid of Brunson, and Giannis was coached by Jason Kidd. So the connection would be great. So if Giannis is saying if Jason Kidd come there, I'm gonna come. And then I don't know if did you say something about the new management in Dallas? Did you say that, Sav? The new ownership or whatever? Yeah. The ownership might, because you said they traded Luka without really telling him, so they showed him no respect as a coach.
That's a fact.
So that it might be leaning, but then the only thing that I'm hearing is about, and we know this. Well, I've been in Texas, like the taxes for money. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no taxes.
So I'm gonna ask y'all this. I'm gonna let you go first, Sav. If you were Jason Kidd, would you leave his situation to come to the Knicks, knowing about the money and knowing about the rookie you about to get having a number one pick?
Yes, I would. And I'll tell you why. One, those rookies, that's a 50-50. You know what you got in the New York Knicks right now. Now, as a coach, as just fans, we're looking at the New York Knicks and we could say we had the better players. They got out-coached. New York Knicks should be in the finals right now. If we see that, other coaches see that. Other coaches can sit and say, if I was coaching that team, we would have been in the finals right now. Right. I don't know how Jason Kidd feels about the new management ownership realistically, but I do know, looking at that interview, the look that he gave was a look of heart and of disrespect. So I think that that would be the determining factor if he left. I think that would be one of the biggest factors, because you look at what you got in Dallas, you don't know what's going to happen. You have no clue. Okay. But with what New York has right now, you have to realistically look and say, I could have that team in the finals again next year. And to win a title in New York, opposed to that, oh, come on. We might replace the Statue of Liberty with Jason Kidd. You just never know in New York. So I think it would mean more. And I think that if he won a title with New York, he get whatever he want. We might give him Staten Island. We don't really need it. But yeah, I would definitely go.
Okay. What about you, B?
I agree with a lot of it.
You the coach. You the coach, Ben. You the coach.
Listen, I agree with a lot of it. Because I saw their projected 5, and it looks great. You're talking about Kyrie when he comes back, right? Kyrie, Clay. They got Godfrey, the small forward. I always forget his name, but he was in Washington too. Oh, PJ Washington.
Washington, yep.
And then that center, Mr. Davis. I get hurt as the wind blows. Davis. You know, now, okay, assuming that all these players are healthy, and then, you know, nobody knows with rookies. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows with rookies, so that's a chance. But assuming that all these players are healthy and you have them available, fine. You got a nice little starting 5. You can work with the bench. Blah, blah, blah. But what are the chances? Come on. Kyrie is already – Kyrie was with the Achilles as well?
No, Kyrie's – he never had an Achilles injury. Yeah, it's always his ankle. It's always been the ankle. Always the ankle. I don't know how many ankles he got.
You don't know what's going to happen there. Davis, you don't know what's going to happen there. And the other guys are role players. So and Klay Thompson already had his best years.
Yes.
You know, and so Jay Kidd is a smart guy. I really think he's a smart guy. And he can pull the disrespecting and say, listen, I want to go. These guys I want to go. So and then I never knew. I mean, I knew the connection with Giannis and all that stuff, but yo, now you're giving me too much hope, Murph.
Hey, now let me rewind it. Check this out. I'm gonna add a little piece to it. What if Giannis don't come and KD come? Do you still want to coach the Knicks?
Why you doing that though? Why you want to keep?
Now, because to be honest with you, I didn't answer the part, but if I was Jason Kidd, that would be what I would ask. Because the way the Knicks is constructed right now, and the way Jason Kidd loved to hold his hat on defense, like Jason Kidd was a defensive guard. He's a rebounding defensive guard. So therefore, Cat could make a coach frustrated.
That's a fact.
So that's a fact. That's why I'm asking y'all, because I wouldn't come if it wasn't, and KD gonna be like, yo, this dude. But if it's not Giannis, I'm not coming.
I mean, my thing is, in either situation, because if you don't have Giannis, I still think that New York would be a better fit at the moment. Like you say, Jason Kidd, he is a defensive coach. Anthony Davis, defensive monster. Kyrie, So, but you get to New York. Now, what I would want to know is, what are we giving up in order to get a Giannis or a KD? See, because then that becomes a different team. You know, like we know that if Giannis comes, Cat is gone. You have to give up probably 2 or 3 role players and maybe some picks. Like, so it changes the dynamics of the team. So I don't know if you just drop Giannis in with, Brunson and OG, Bridges, if now we just have a championship team. Because Bridges or OG might have to go if we get Giannis. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I didn't even mention the Giannis.
I'll give up Cat and Bridges.
Yeah, that.
Hey, Billy rated Pokemon cards.
Here's the problem. If you give up Cat and Bridges and you bring Giannis in, what you look is the Milwaukee Bucks right now.
Nah, so let's say you do that, right? So you're gonna have Giannis, you're gonna have Robinson. That's good up front. You know what I'm saying? Robinson is gonna dominate the boards and block shots. Giannis does all his crazy shit. You keep OG, another defensive player. So small forward, power forward, center, you're set defensively.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
real
literally
good.
the Milwaukee right now.
No, but
I
I think the Milwaukee Bucks, to be honest with you, I think when Bobby Portis went down, it messed up the rotation. And then by Damian Lillard going through all the stuff he was going through, they never had a moment where we felt like they was on the move. The one thing about New York's Knicks is this. We have a GM. What's his name? Leon, whatever.
Leon Rose.
Leon Rose. And the other guy, like they
Wild West.
Yeah. They praise these guys for the moves they make. I feel comfortable that we'll fill a roster out. And now I feel comfortable that the coach will play them. Because that was the difference.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
We had a good roster, we just didn't utilize them. And then we
there you go.
In the hardest time of play in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
Guys in when we should have been playing them all during the year, saving our guys' legs.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, but I wouldn't. Now let me ask you this. Haliburton struggles in this finals. What do you feel like it is? It's just he's having one of them stretches, or the defense is getting to him?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay, guys.
Because I watch Haliburton play, and he's not consistent.
No,
he's always been an inconsistent player. And we've had this conversation. I remember years ago about played for Milwaukee. Jesus Christ, I can't think of his name right now. Middleton. We talked about, I was like, he's inconsistent. He's just inconsistent. And I feel the same way about Haliburton. I never felt like he was like a real consistent player, you know? Right. So we overlooked his inconsistencies throughout the regular season, you know, but now that it's it's like, oh, he's not very consistent, but we already knew that. So I think it's a little bit of both. A little bit of his inconsistency and a little bit of the defense. I would like to give OKC defense all credit, but I can't. I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay, B, you?
To tell you the truth, I don't even think he's struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at from the playoffs started to where we are right now, and I know they gave Brunson Mr. Clutch, and well-deserved. But if we look at these playoffs from round one to where we are now, Haliburton's been the one that had the biggest games so far, and with his struggles. So he's been the one in the clutch, winning games and having big games and eliminating games. And believe me, I don't like the dude, but I got to give credit where credit's due. So yeah, he's not a consistent thing, but the thing with him when the game is on the line, he comes through.
Not facts. I agree 100%. I do agree that he's had big moments, and I think he'll continue to have big moments. I just think that the fact that he's not consistent shows more because, you know, now you're in the bubble. It's the finals. Right. We only get to watch you. So every mistake you make or every time you have a 7-point game, you know, that's what we're talking about.
Right.
But, you know, again, he'll come back and he'll have a 35-point game and win the game. So, you know, and the same thing with Middleton. I had to realize, because when Middleton left Milwaukee, I realized how important he was to Milwaukee.
Yep.
So I'll say the same thing about Haliburton. I think he's great, but it's just those inconsistencies.
Okay, I'm gonna read. It's time for Stat Man. So then.
That man. That man.
Right, we gonna go, yeah, because we're gonna go over this real quick. It's only 2 games, so we can't go too far with anything. I'm gonna read the stats for you real quick for the 2 games that went down so far. Shea is averaging 36 on 49% shooting and 40% shoot from free throw and 90% from the line. But he's leading. Well, him and
Wait. I'm sorry. You said 40% from 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
And 49% from the field.
Okay.
Okay, and then he's averaging 2 turnovers, which is not bad. But Williams is averaging 18 and 5.5 assists. Him and Shea is averaging the same amount of assists, so they tied for 5.5, but Shea is averaging 3.5 steals a game in these playoffs. And then Caruso is the second leading scorer right now, averaging 15.5.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, and he's averaging 1 block. He don't really do much else, but he's averaging that's about it. But then Holmgren is averaging 10, and then Wiggins is averaging 10 because he played in game 1, but he didn't do nothing. He had about 20 yesterday, and then Dort is averaging 9. But Hartenstein is only playing 19 minutes and leaving the team in rebounds. He's playing 19 minutes and leading the team with 18.5 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I realized with that game, I didn't say it early because I was trying to ask y'all questions. And in game 2, so far this series, the team that's leading in rebounds is winning the series.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, the Thunder has 5 guys in double figures. Now let's go to Indiana real quick. Indiana has nobody in 20. So it's Pascal Siakam averaging 17 points. He's leading the league. He's leading his team in points with 17.0 and rebounds and in blocks. And this is what messes me up. This is what makes me think their defense is really like that. Because Siakam and Haliburton is averaging 13 shots a game.
Mm-hmm.
And when Minnesota was looking like they wasn't shooting, we was kind of like, they're not playing aggressive enough. They not doing this. They not doing that. What Ant-Man doing? Like, these guys' defense gotta be really, bad. Because I think Perkins said it on First Take. He was like, Lou Dort or whatever. He said that he looked like a big specimen. He looked like he's playing defense. He said, well, when we watched the game, he said, but when you're there, you really see what type of defense it is.
No, and I would go so far as to say the same thing about Caruso. When he was like, Caruso didn't do much more. Like, we forget that that's an all-defensive player.
Yeah.
Like, Caruso ain't no joke on defense. I think, the last episode that I was on, I said I want to send a shout-out to Caruso. I said, because he's overlooked as that dude is a defensive mastermind. Like, we don't take an account for how many people he stopped for getting shots, because it ain't always about the steals and the blocks. The pressure he put on those guys to miss shots. Like, Caruso's a hell of a defender, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
I was just surprised about his 15 points.
Yeah, me too. That was a little surprising. I ain't gonna front.
So check this out. This is I'm gonna go down the list. Just let y'all know. I wouldn't put money on it.
Okay.
I still say game 7. I almost think Indiana gonna win this. And the reason being is this. Because when OKC blow you out, they win. When the game is close, they lose.
That's a fact.
So right now,
and a lot of that.
Yeah. So right now, and that's why Denver was able to push that series. Denver pushed that series because a few games, Jokic was just enough to keep it. But now, by me saying that, one of these guys, Siakam or Haliburton, going to have to get up close to 20 shots a game. Somebody got to tell them, I know we have this spread offense where everybody eat. But right now, we need you to be a Rottweiler and go get yours. and we'll follow you.
Yeah.
Because right now, let me read this to you. I'm not even gonna read all the rebounds or all this other stuff. 17 points, Siakam. Haliburton, 15.5. Turner, 15.5. Nembhard, 12.5. Naismith, 12. McCollum, 10. Obi Toppin, 10. And then Matherin, 9.5. So they have 7 players in double figures, and then Matherin is 9.5. So they almost have 8 guys in double figures. So they're still doing what they do. It's just that the main guys ain't leaving the imprint.
Right.
Right.
I get that.
All right.
They need to get something more out of Naismith too, though, man. But that dude is not consistent at all.
Yeah, let me look. Yeah, because he's shooting right now. But this is the thing, though. I ain't even look at this. Right now for this series, Siakam is shooting 38% from the field. Burton is shooting 50. Turner is shooting 50. Nembhard is shooting 42%. Neesmith is shooting 38%. McCullen is shooting 69%. That's crazy. Obi Toppin is shooting 41%, and Natherin is shooting 41%. So it got to be the defense. It got to be the defense.
Yeah. Definitely the D.
I would agree.
Yeah, it got to be a defense. Okay, now let me go get the shake real quick. I'm not going to hold y'all. I already went over the time limit I told y'all for the night. But SGA dominance. Right now, he has 11 games, averaging 30 points and 5 assists in a playoff run. Mike done it twice. LeBron done it 3 times. Shea has the opportunity. That's why sometimes I hate that they repeat stuff. Because when Mike was doing stuff, he didn't know what he was doing. He did it. Now you have something to shoot for. Because right now, Shea could run it up because they at least got 3 more games they got to play.
Right.
If he get 3 more, that'd be ridiculous because he could have 14 30.5 games in one playoff season. And that would be crazy because it's only been 11. I don't know why these guys were stopping at 11. But it only was 11. And the funny thing about Mike, I don't know what year he did it. But remember, some of the playoffs was like it wasn't that long. Like every series didn't go 4. You had to win 4 games.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah. So what y'all feel about Shea and his dominance right now?
Hey man,
I'm not surprised. Go ahead, B.
Yeah, like I said, I'm looking at him, man, and he's long. He slithers. He has like slithering moves. Like you got him in front of you. I saw where he was just dribbling and he's not doing much. And then he took one dribble. All of a sudden he lost dude with one goddamn dribble. I was like, and then he just slithers to the basket. I'm liking his game. I wasn't watching him much, but now in the playoffs, I'm kind of enjoying watching him. He's nice. I like him.
Yeah, I was actually looking for the perfect word to describe him, and I think Slytherus might be it. He's the House of Slytherin, man. That's all I can say. And I'm not surprised because he's been showing us this all season. This is why he was leading the league in scoring. This is why he was the MVP. Like, he showed us what he could do. We know he's a scorer. Like, it's just we not used to seeing that dominant scoring on a team that's so great like that, So then it makes it seem even worse. Like, not only is he scoring a lot of points, but his team is blowing teams out, So, but I'm not surprised at all. I mean, this is who he is. He showed us that this is who he is. And I'm coining that Slytherus. He's Slytherin, man. That's it.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. And I don't have a word. I just have I feel like right now he's in the perfect place that I haven't seen in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen a guy with a young team not say carry them, but lead them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even from his interviews all during the year, even last year, like he's one of the oldest of the young guys. And he played with different players to get a little bit up under his belt, you know?
Right. That's right.
And they believe in him, and he got game. Like when I say Shea got moves, he not no James Harden, you know, because he's not always trying to manipulate the defense and the refs and all that.
Right.
He just played, and he played at a pace where he got the irky jerky moves where and when you say footwork like Kobe, mid range like Mike, you know, when you say all these different things, it's just Shea just do it on another level, and he do it in a way where the older guys will be proud.
Right.
You know?
Definitely.
And thank God he's not athletic. Because if he was really athletic, we'd be saying he's looking like Mike.
Nah, facts.
He would say
Right.
he don't dominate athletically. And that's the only thing that Mike did that his dominate, when he dominated, looked crazy. Like when you look at dominating players, a Wilt Chamberlain, a Shaquille O'Neal, and you have to say Mike, and they say, well, Mike wasn't that big.
Right.
His game was, and the fear was big.
Nah, facts.
Because he didn't just kill you, he could embarrass you.
That's a fact.
So right now, Shea is kind of embarrassing the league, you know, and he got his young guys with him. He's doing like what dudes do in the street.
Nah, that's a fact.
Like they have a plan, they have some young guys following them, because these young guys will follow you. He got these guys following, he's bigging them up. He's showing them what to do. He's leading by his on the court. He ain't belittling them. He ain't saying his team. And that's one thing, like some of these guys, when they be talking about their teammates and all that, you know, like we don't have this and we don't have that. How that make your brothers feel?
Nah, that's a fact. That's a big fact.
So I'm proud of what Shea is doing. Still want you to lose on the low, Shea. Because I want Indiana to win, because then I feel like the Knicks season wasn't a wash. Because I didn't get to ask you, who do you want to win? Not who you think gonna win.
I want Indiana to win.
Okay.
I do. I just think it'd be good to see Indiana win the title. Okay. Like all of the battles that we had growing up, New York and Indiana, I think it'd be great to see them win one.
Okay. Only reason I want them to win because they beat us, but secretly, as far as the guy, I want Shea to win so he could be. So next season, when we come back, before the season come back, or even this season, we have something to talk about, because he's like the Triple Crown.
That's right.
Scoring title, MVP, championship MVP. It's not even a triple talent. He just washed the board, you know?
That's right.
So I would love to see that. And that Western Conference MVP, and like I hate that, man. How do y'all feel about that? How do you feel about Ben? How do you feel about the Eastern and Western Conference MVP?
Nah, man, leave that to the finals. Leave it to the finals. I think in the finals, it's always been the final. When did they start doing that? I don't know. I think that's very recent. I don't know.
Yeah, 3 seasons ago. 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, it had to be, because I don't know. I don't see the logic in that. The finals, yeah, definitely. But I'm in the same boat. I think I want Indiana to win. But if OKC wins, then I'm just looking at Haliburton like, yeah, that's what you get.
I got you. This is the last question. If y'all want to say something, y'all can go ahead. Who was the most important person for Indiana to win in this next game? Who's the most important person in game 3 for Indiana to win, and why do you feel that way?
I think I already answered that for me. Haliburton. Haliburton is the most important person because to be able to not only distribute the ball, but score. I think if you take him out of the game, it doesn't give Indiana a very good chance. Even with Siakam can drop 25 or 30. If Haliburton is not in that game, if he's not able to distribute and get some of those defenders away from other guys, then it's not going to be a good game for them.
I got you. What about you, B?
I'm gonna stick to Siakam. I'm gonna stick to Siakam because he gives them when Siakam is on, the team looks different. They're running their sets and they're getting consistent offense through Siakam. And then we already talked, Haliburton is not consistent, but if Siakam is on and Indiana has a lead or the game is even close, now you feel good with Haliburton in the fourth quarter, working his and getting the guy, you know, he's been clutch. Either if it's a pass or made bucket, he's been doing it. So if Siakam is holding down the fort scoring, I think Haliburton would take it home.
All right, I agree with both of y'all, but I'm gonna go different. And this is not even like I would have picked Haliburton, but then I would have picked Siakam. So I'm gonna pick another guy, and I'm gonna see if this comes because what I'm noticing is this: the rebounds is killing Indiana, even though Indiana won the rebound game the first game.
Mm-hmm.
They won the rebound game the first game, and I might need to look at that because Turner might have got 10 rebounds that game, or he might have did. But the whole thing of the matter is this: we need, I say we, not we, but Indiana need 20 and 10 from Turner. Somebody needs to get with him and say we need 20 and 10. We need, yeah, you can get your 3-pointers and all that, but get the rebound.
Nah, facts.
You the biggest guy, get the rebound. Nesmith can't be the leading rebounder for y'all at 8 rebounds a game.
Listen, I'll let you know, man. Yeah, Turner's soft, man. Let's just let it be. Turner's soft. Towns was housing him. I'm talking about Towns was housing this dude. And I didn't even know Naismith was out rebounding him. Come on, man. He should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah, this series. Go ahead, Sev.
No, I was just agreeing. I was agreeing with what he said.
Yeah, because I was looking at this series right now, and the leading rebound, I believe, in this series, I mean, they're only 2 games in. They're only 2 games in. No, I'm wrong. It's Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam is averaging 8.5, and Nesmith is averaging 8.0.
Well, that's still close enough.
And Turner what?
Turner's averaging 6.5.
Come on, man. That's your center, dude. That's your center. Come on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're right in that aspect. If he decides to play hard and grab some damn boards like he's supposed to, yeah, you got a great point there. But I don't think he got it in him, man. I think he's soft.
He said soft with a T. He's soft.
Just watch that today.
I'm gonna give y'all can speak on something, man. Forever hold your peace, bro. We gonna wrap it up, so I'm gonna let y'all want something because we've been together in a minute, man. We've been together in a minute. So if y'all
I don't have anything. I actually because I gotta go get my kids, man. So I don't have anything. You know, daddy duties.
Yeah, no doubt. I ain't got much. I'm gonna. I when I was talking to you, Lifeline, I was like, I don't want to watch the series and this and that. But now I'm into it again. So this next game, I think, is going to be the determining game on the series.
I'm happy you back, bro, because when this series is over, you got to watch the Liberties, man.
Facts. Shout out to the Liberties.
Shout out to the Liberty. No doubt.
All right,
shout out to the Mets.
So hopefully, when is the next game? Because hopefully we be back.
I don't know.
I can't wait for the series is over. So like, not really.
Tomorrow.
No, it can't. It is.
I think so. Is it not tomorrow? What's today? I think it's Wednesday. It might be third. Let me check.
Yeah, I'm gonna check.
Today's Monday.
I'm gonna check too.
They played last night, which was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. They can play Tuesday. Most likely it'll be Wednesday.
Wednesday is the next game, so that's good.
Okay.
So maybe if everybody's free, maybe we could do the show after the game or whatever.
After the game?
Not after the game. Ben go to bed at 8 o'clock.
Man.
Ben go to bed at 8 o'clock. Yo.
So what I'm saying, before the game?
Yeah. When I called Ben right in New York, right? And I called Ben, and Ben's wife was like, yo, shout out to Ben's wife. I don't know. What's your wife's name, B?
Helga.
Shout out to Helga. Cause she was like, your friend coming in town, so you might go out or whatever. So I called him. And he was like, yeah, my wife kind of said. I was like, you know what? Let's go meet at a bar or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've been to his house before, but I'm like, let's go to a little bar or something, you know, we'll have a little drinks or whatever. So we went out. But before he was like, yo, let me know what you gonna do because I lay down at 8 o'clock.
I ain't mad at you, man.
I lay down at 8 o'clock. I'm like, it was like 7:20. I mean, he said,
yo, I was winding down already. I was winding down. I'm on the couch drinking wine.
Hey,
when you call,
I gotta sign off.
All right, man. Go Metrics number 27, man. Holla at your boy.
That's what's up. Y'all be safe.
Peace.